Back at the book segment tonight, looks like Hillary Clinton is already campaigning for the presidency. Yesterday in San Francisco, she criticized new laws requiring voters to show IDs and generally gave a political speech. Every Democrat I know believes Mrs. Clinton is a lock for the nomination.
I do think while it's too early to handicap the race, there's no question if Hillary Clinton gets into the race, there will be a coronation of her because there are so many Democrats who last time around supported her, who I think are anxious to see her back.
All right, so what does Charles Krauthammer think about that? I spoke with him last night. So, Charles, let's begin with the reality that Hillary Clinton can have the Democratic nomination for president in 2016 if she wants it. What happens then, though? I mean, how do the Republicans block a woman with a built-in constituency that pretty much vote for her no matter what? What do the Republicans do?
Well, first of all, let's remember she's not exactly invincible. She was the anointed one before Barack Obama came along. She was also inevitable in 2008, didn't really make it. I think the Republicans simply have to put up a good candidate. I think the Republicans have the stronger argument. The country hasn't really done very well under Obama. There's no great joy about what he's achieved. He's got a lot of liabilities. She escaped some of them, but not all of them. But if you put up a field, and look at what the field's going to be. We've got very attractive senators, Rubio, Rand Paul. We've got young, dynamic governors like Christie, Jeb Bush, the former governor of Florida. The toxicity of the Bush name is about half-life of about 8 years, so it'll have dissipated. Bobby Jindal. You know, you've got Paul Ryan, the vice presidential. Imagine a field of 6 or 7 of people of that quality and substance in debates, and compare that with the debates last time around. I think the Republicans have a strong argument to make. They need a young, strong, attractive candidate. And there's no guarantee whatsoever that Hillary Clinton's going to win.
All right, so you're more optimistic that the Republicans can mount an effective challenge to her, because it's almost like an incumbent. You see, Hillary Clinton's almost running like an incumbent, and she's going to solidify the party behind her. She's going to have a ton of money. Obama will help her out, as what, you know, I don't know how much, but he'll help her out. He's got the husband, Bill Clinton, is still popular. She's got so much going for her, whereas the Republican Party has got to be scratch and claw and fight. Whoever gets the nomination is going to have to go through a very, very difficult campaign debate period. You know that. Well,
look, that doesn't mean you're not going to win in the end. Reagan had a tough fight in 1980. George W. had a tough fight in 2000. Having a tough fight doesn't in any way disqualify you. Obama had a very tough fight against Hillary Clinton in 2008, and he won. I don't think that's the problem. You know, Hillary has this sort of aura around her, and part of the job of the Republicans is going to be to demythologize her. You know, you hear everybody saying what a superb, brilliant Secretary of State she was. Name me one thing she accomplished in the 4 years. One, not 3. One, give me an idea, a policy, a doctrine, a success anywhere in the world. Look at Iran. Look at the reset with Russia. Look at Syria. The only thing that came out of her Secretary of State period was a memorable line, "What difference does it make?" about the Benghazi catastrophe, the first slaying of an American ambassador in 3 decades.
The Republicans have got to find a way, they've got to find a theme to go on in and dismantle part of that machine. And it's not going to be easy.
Two things, Bill. Number one, every Gallup poll going back 30 years shows that liberals come in at 21% of the population. That isn't exactly a slam dunk constituency. Secondly, the idea that Obama is going to be a benefit. Look, if you go back to 1952, every single time one party has held the White House for 2 terms, with only one exception, they've been turned out every single time since Eisenhower. The only exception was Reagan.
All right.
The only exception. People get tired of a party in power. Obama's going to have an unsuccessful second term. The economy is going to be anemic. It's not going to be that easy for a Democrat to say 8 more years.
All right. Charles Krauthammer, as always, thank you.
Pleasure.
This has been a Sunfish production.